Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another Fundamental Games game playthrough. But today, a special treat. We're going to be playing a game of Legends of Novus. So Legends of Novus is a 1 to 5 player game which was designed and created by Fundamental Games. This will be our first fully fledged board game that was funded on Kickstarter back in the summer and is going to be distributed to the backers in early 2020. It's actually going to have a mass production happening next month after one final proof. But I'm excited to tell you everything that's in the board game is visible on this digital tabletop, which is publicly accessible if you want to see what the game has to offer. And we're going to play through a full game using one of 10 playable characters. You can see them all over here. They're all included in the Kickstarter and Game Fund available late pledge board game. Everything from a priest to a druid to a wizard to a half-orc barbarian, just classic fantasy characters, fully fleshed out, and they actually each have their own little backstory on the back of their card, although you don't have to I don't have the backstories on the back of their card there, but you don't have to know their backstory in order to play the game. So, Kain is a knight of Exire, and I'm not going to explain the whole game to you. I'm just going to play through the game, and you can kind of watch and learn. There's plenty of playthrough and how to play videos I've made on my YouTube site anyway. So we're just going to get right into the nick of things for those of you that are interested in seeing this game play out start to finish. So I'm playing this game solo, and with my purpose in life is to defeat 3 quest creatures before my timer runs out, and I have 25 turns to do that. 15 turns to be a Legend of Novus, but I have to defeat the game in 25 turns, otherwise game over. So let me just get myself a turn tracker actually, because I find that's very useful, so I can keep track of what turn it is. There is a solo dial in the actual board game, by the way. Just gotta figure out where it went. There it is. Alright, so this is going to be my turn tracker. Alright, so let's get into it. I'm going to start the game. I'm going to put myself at Base City where the game begins, the biggest city of Novus. My time tracker starts at 0. It goes to 1 at the end of the round. I'll start with my 3 experience. My combat is equal to my chart, which is 1, plus my class, which is 3, so I'm at 4 combat. I have 10 gold coins, or 10 treasure to start the game, and a luck token. And then a quest token just tells me if I've explored or not. And I will randomize each of these decks. They're already randomized, but I'll do it one more time so you know that I haven't set up the game for success. Those are the only 3 randomized decks in the game. And then I draw the top card of the adventure deck and the top card of the reward deck, and those become my hand. Alright, then I proceed to the first part of my turn, which is my preparation phase, in which case I found myself a nice little mace, which could come in handy, and some treasure, which I'm not going to cash in right now. So I'm going to put a mace into one of my hand slots. That'll stay there unless something knocks it out, and that will give me 1 more combat, bringing me to 5, which is not a bad number at the start of the game, me being a hack and slasher. My personal quest is to defeat the demon Asmakai, which my backstory is that he destroyed my wife and unborn child. So I really have a vendetta out against this guy. But I could go anywhere I want. I'm not forced to go after him. I'm just doing that for story effect. Alright, so now I'm here in Base City, and I will begin my turn, or the exploration phase of my turn, and I'm going to explore Base City. So to explore Base City, I'm going to use my token this game. So I'll use my quest token just to indicate I'm exploring Base City. In the game, you might put your standee on top of it or whatnot. But when I explore Base City, I will flip over the top card of the adventure deck. It's not an encounter card, so that goes directly to my hand. And then I can pick an adventure or a reward card, which I'm going to pick a reward card and put into my hand. So that is the end of my adventure phase, and then I go to my recovery phase. I found a lovely suit of chainmail, which Kain is very fond of. He'll strap that on in a heartbeat. So that will go on a body slot as indicated by the icon on the right hand side of the equipment card. And it'll immediately imbue me with 2 more combat ability. 1, 2. Unless I fight a monstrosity, which I'll get a nice little bonus. And I found myself a quest for knowledge, which if I discard 2 cards, I can get bonus experience. That's good to know. I'm planning to travel in that direction. Nothing further I can do this turn, so turn 1 has come to an end. I will begin turn 2. I'm not going to spend any money. And I cannot explore again this turn because I explored last turn, so we'll just set that to the side. And I'm going to move 2 map markers. I'm going to move to Nost and to Tropics of Delmeria. When I travel, I must roll the travel die. The travel die will be a random event. So in this case I rolled an encounter, but it could be a free reward or extra travel. Different things can happen when you travel the world of Novus, but I've come across an encounter. And what I'm facing is an assassin. So this assassin is a humanoid, and it's got 4 combat, has some victory and defeat conditions, and it has an action ability indicated by that black die. So it's going to attempt to backstab me. What I have to do is roll the die. The only dies that are used in this game are d10s, so I must roll a d10, and my result is a 7. It says here I can add my XP, so 7 plus 3 is 10, and if the result was less than 10, I would have suffered a backstab. But thankfully, using my great knight instinct and senses, I must have predicted this evil assassin was coming, and I turned about and blocked it. So there's no penalty to my combat this turn. Now I must decide, do I want to fight it or do I want to run away? There's no way Kain is letting this assassin get away with that attempt. Equipped with my chainmail and mace, I have no problem trying to put up a fight against this assassin. So we go into the combat phase. In the combat phase, we each roll a d10. It's a very simple combat mechanic, and that is intentional to keep combat flowing smoothly, particularly if you're playing 2 to 5 players. Combat takes an extra couple of rounds when it comes to the giant quest creatures of the world, but against a simple assassin, I feel it's just a single roll. We both roll a die. Green will be the assassin, red will be me. So we're going to roll the die, but it's not just the die result. We each add on our combat modifier. So the assassin, having a 4, is going to add that to their 6 for a total of 10. I have 9 plus my 7 for a total of 16. So I have really smashed my mace into this assassin's head. So what will happen is I will have the victory condition. So that victory condition means I pilfer its body and find 10 more coins. So I'm just going to grab all the stack of coins. We're going to play with the real components instead of the digital components here. So we'll just set all these to the side and I'll grab them as I collect them. So I'm going to grab a silver coin. So all these tokens come with the game, by the way. There's gold, silver, and copper to represent the different denominations, and that money can be spent to acquire goods or experience in the game. Alright, so we have 2 rewards also to gain, and so rewards are these cards, so I get to put 2 of these into my hand. It's like I found these on the assassin's body, or maybe he rode in on a warhorse and I just happened to claim his warhorse. And a potion of strength. Wow, it almost seems like I did stack the deck in my favor. These are some really good things. So, what's happened? That was all took place during my adventure phase. I made it across the land, fighting an assassin along the way, and now I made it to the Tropics of Delmeria. In the Tropics of Delmeria, if I were to explore here, which I'm not doing, it would have a special effect on these location cards, or location guide. But I go right to my recovery phase. So now I can play any number of reward cards, which I'm going to do. I'm gonna ride this horse. I mean, Kain loves horse riding, which allows me to equip additional item cards, gain additional travel, and additional escape. And it's only equipable by a fighter, hence the axe on the thing. So this is the one non-weapon special item for a fighter in the deck. So it's nice that he found that. And we're going to also put on this potion. Now the potion is a different kind of effect. It only gives you +5 for a single round when you drink it. So a single use item. But you have to have it on your character board before you can actually use it. So we're going to put on that potion, and we've made it. We're in the jungles, or the tropics of Delmeria, which means turn 2 has come to an end. And so we progress to turn 3. Turn 3, I am not going to explore the tropics of Delmeria because I'll show you what happens if I do. The tropics of Delmeria is a dangerous place wherein lies, on the top right there, are a Reptosaur creature. So if I explore there, I'd have to fight a Reptosaur. And a Reptosaur is one of the strongest non-quest creatures in the game. So we don't want to fight that. Apologize here, that card has the wrong art. So we're going to fix that right quick and turn that into the new Reptosaurs. There we go. So this is the real art for the game. The other one was temporary. So there we go. Andrea's Reptosaurs are now in place. Anyway, so I'm at the beginning of my turn. I'm not going to spend any money. I don't have any cards I want to equip, so I'm going to travel 1, 2. I could move an extra one. Now that I have a warhorse, I can travel up to 3 in a turn, but I'm not. I'm just going to travel there, which means I get to roll this die. We have another encounter, which is fine. We are going to battle an oxen on our way there. So an oxen is a special creature that normally doesn't fight you. You choose if you want to fight it, which means that if I wanted to run away, I could. It's got a +5 to its attack. It doesn't give me any real victory conditions, but I could use that to experience that it's worth. Which reminds me, when I defeated the assassin, I should have gained 2 experience. So let's just boost that experience up to a 4-5. And now we will fight the oxen. So Kain decides that this rogue oxen is out of control. There's saliva spittling out of its mouth. It's feral. It's not a kind oxen. Oxen are a race of enslaved humanoids on the world of Novus, traditionally used for agricultural purposes, just like their original brethren. Anyway, Kain equips his mighty mace, does not choose to drink a potion. If I chose to drink a potion, it can be after the roll, by the way, so you have full control over some of your rolls. So the idea is that you are a Legend of Novus, and most of these encounters should be defeatable, but there'll be times where you will fall. So the oxen rolls, I roll. I have a 3, the oxen has 7, so the oxen takes 7 and adds 5. They have 12. I take 3 and add 7, so I have a 10. So in this case, the oxen would defeat me in combat, which allows me an opportunity to impact my roll before the defeat takes place. And how could I impact my roll? Well, there's a couple of ways. I could drink this potion to gain +5, which would in turn give me the victory. Or if we look at the Knight of Exire, I get, if I discard a card, I can gain +2 for a single round of battle. So right now the oxen has a 12 and I have a 10. So what I can do is discard this 10 gold piece adventure card that I have. So I never did redeem it, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't, is I thought I could use it better for other purposes, and that will give me an additional 2. So now instead of being at 10, I'm also at 12. And in the rulebook you'll see that a hero always wins ties. So now I've defeated the oxen. When I defeat the oxen, I gain that 2 experience. I've learned more about the world, and the world is respecting me for taking care of the evil that's out there. There's no other victory condition, so I don't get any rewards or money, but just defeating it was good enough for me. Alright, so when I gain that experience, if you take a look at the experience chart, once I get past 5, there's a 6 to 10 range, and I get a +2 to my combat. So this here, instead of being +1, will be +2, so now I have 8 combat. I'm getting stronger as I get wiser. or more capable in battle. I know what's happening in the world around me as I try to become a legend. Alright, so I successfully made it to Exire. My turn's not over yet though. If we go and look at Exire, these are alphabetized on the top right there. It's a city, and it says the first time I visit this location, if I'm a fighter class, which I am, I will gain 2 more experience and draw a reward card. So I can only do that once per turn, but it's not an explore effect, so it's as soon as I get there. It's like I'm recognized by the people and my fame that I've returned to show them what I'm learning has helped me with my reputation. So I gain 1, 2 experience, and I gain 1 reward card, random from the top of the deck. Alright, then we go to my recovery phase. I've got a scroll of summoning here, which actually could come in handy, so I will equip that, and I'm going to use it right away. Or I have to use it next turn. That's because it says I can use it at the beginning of my recovery phase, and I couldn't equip it until my recovery phase. So next turn, at the end of my turn, I could get an ally. It's like I have to take a round to really read and understand the scroll. Okay, so we're at the end of turn 3. I don't have any money I want to cash in, so I will end the turn. And now that I'm in Exire, I have to decide, what do I want to do? Well, I can move up to 1, 2, 3 with my wonderful warhorse at my side. I get +1 travel, so I could move 3 spots. The Jung, you can see these here are representations. It's a new piece I added to the game post Kickstarter, just to help identify what creatures are where. Even though I have it memorized, people new to the game might not, so they're just visual identifiers they can use. So down here is the mighty Juragan, who has a +12 combat and an evil spitting swallowing ability, and so I'm not much of a contender against that monstrosity. And it's too early to go after Asmakai, who's a +23. So I kind of went here, helped him defend some demons, but I have to go find some more power and become more knowledgeable in the world before I could actually defeat Asmakai. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to travel to... I think I'm going to make my way to the Greater Woodlands. Or I could go to Asa and gain experience. Maybe I'll do that. So first I'm going to explore on this turn. So when I explore, I reveal the top card of the adventure deck, and if it's stolen reward, that is a 1-player card. Master of Weapons is the card I drew. As long as it's not an equipment, I can draw another card, either an equipment or an adventure card. I'm going to draw another reward card here. And then I go to my recovery phase. In my recovery phase, I definitely want to be a Master of Weapons. That is a good skill to have. So you can see here on the bottom I've got 3 skill slots. It's used for curses or skills. And when I become a Master of Weapons, I gain 2 combat. 1, 2. And as long as I have a 2-handed weapon or a weapon in each hand, I get +1. So if I do ever get another weapon, I become much stronger. And the Knight of Exire actually has that same ability, so it could be a double Master of Weapons temporarily. Okay. But I also found myself a Gloves of Protection. So these gloves, when you put them here, they're not a weapon. They're just a piece of equipment, but they say I can gain 2 combat as I wear them. 1, 2, and I could destroy them to negate the special ability of any creature. Not bad. And I can still put another item on top of this, because gloves don't really... They're supposed to help you carry things, not hinder you. So look at that. Kain's getting stacked up there. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we get to my recovery phase. I'm still in Exire. I don't have anything I want to sell, so I will end the turn. That's the end of turn 4. But I'm growing fast. I've got 12 combat and 9 experience. I'm ready to dish out some damage here. The trouble with Juragan, even though we'd be tied for combat, is that I have to roll a very high number to defeat its swallow ability, and I'm not prepared to do that yet. So We could, you know what, we could play up the demon card. Let's say I'm going to go to the demon gate. Why would I want to go to the demon gate? Well, when I explore in the demon gate on my next turn, I'm going to get to fight a demon. And when you fight things, you gain experience and potentially cards. So we're going to do that. We're going to travel there. I will roll the travel die. Give that a roll. Oh, that wasn't a very good roll. Come on, shake it. Where'd it go? Uh-oh, off the table. It'll come back. There it is. We'll say that's the roll. So adventure. So what happens is when you roll the adventure icon, you get the top card of the adventure deck, and it goes in your hand. Back Alley Deal is a single player card. So we grab the next one and found a quest for peace. All right. So now we're at the demon gate. There's nothing else I can do on my turn. So that's the end of turn 5. Turn 6, I cannot use these cards for anything useful, but at the end of my last turn, I'm going to actually get rid of this reward and bring in an animal ally. So I can choose a bear or a wolf. They do the same thing. And then this one here will actually become the griffin. Animal ally. There we go. Griffin, that's only used by the spiritual saint dual class card. So grab the savage bear or the wolf. We're going to grab Andrea's amazing savage bear. We only need one of them. And so this goes into the item slot that I took the scroll off of and becomes a permanent ally of mine. So I gain 2 more combat. Look how crazy that is. Kain and his bear and his horse traveling across the world of Novus. Alright, so I start this turn. I'm going to choose to explore the demon gate. So we'll go over to the location guide and we're going to find demon gate here. So what happens in the demon gate? You can see here it's an encounter based location, so you know you're going to fight something. It says I'm going to be flipping over cards from the encounter deck until I reveal a demon creature. I must battle that creature and it gets 2 extra combat. So I don't do my normal explore mechanic if a location has an explore function. You can see certain locations will show that there's combat there. There's 4 locations that have this gold symbol, and they are for potential expansions to the game. Always thinking ahead. So we go to the encounter deck, and I must flip over cards from the encounter deck until I find a demon. Oh, I haven't updated the jackals yet. Oops. Diving Griffin. So no demon yet. There's my first demon, and the rest of these cards I group back together and put them into the encounter deck and shuffle it up. So this Mesmeric Imp will get 2 more combat, so it's got 5 combat instead of 3. If you take a look at it, it has an ability called Mind Games. I must discard a card from my hand at random. So we're going to say 1 to 5, 6 to 10. And the survey says 5, so I've lost my quest for knowledge at random. So that's an ability I couldn't ignore unless I used my gloves of protection. Alright. So the Mesmeric Imp I'm going to battle. And we will give these a shake. Mesmeric Imp is green, so they have 3 to my 9. Which means I have already won because it only gets +5 and I get +14, becoming a huge legend in this game. So Mesmeric Imp gets smushed. I gain a single experience point, which is right here. Dun dun dun. And I gain a victory card, a reward card, it says. Sometimes it's an adventure card, but reward cards are more likely. Oh, isn't that fitting? In the Demon Gate, I destroyed a demon and found a Demon's Bane sword, which is a classic weapon against demons. Kain is really striking gold here. Yeah, that's pretty fitting. So, we're still on turn 6. At the end of the turn, I do have an option that says here, I can become an advanced class if I have 10 experience points. And I have 10 experience points. So what is an advanced class? Well, this class here, the Knight of Exire, is a base class creature. An advanced class, there's a special stack of cards here. So we'll just lay them out. And the advanced class cards are basically dual class cards that combine 2 of the core classes in a variety of ways. So there's a total of 10 cards, and every class has 4 options. So you can see here we have an aggressive assassin, or oh, it looks like I need to fix up this deck. Something's out of whack here. Yeah, so we have aggressive assassin, and I should have a bunch more, so I've got to really get this deck fixed up. Something must be out of sorts here. I apologize. So the options would be aggressive assassin, or let's see if I can. I'm going to make a new card. Object, components, cards. You get to see this Tabletop Simulator in action. Custom card. So we're just going to show you the other classes so you can see what it looks like. Character sheets. Alright. We want to show you that one. And this, certainly now that I'm playing it, shows me I have to update this file. We will upload Perfect Paladin. There we go. Alright, so we're just going to do those 2 as an example. There would have been one more, but I'm going to be one of these ones anyway. So, the options are an aggressive assassin, which is a thief fighter. Can't equip heavy armor or 2-handed weapons. And I just happen to get a beautiful 2-handed weapon called the demon sword, so I don't want to become an assassin with a demon sword. I could become a ballistic battle mage, which is pretty cool. There's a spell casting ability that comes along with that. Or I could become the perfect paladin, which allows me to win the first round of battle and protection from curses. Now, you know, I could go the traditional route and become a perfect paladin. I mean, that's what Kain looks like to begin with. But I'm going to go the alternative route and become the ballistic battle mage. So ballistic battle mage, what'll happen is this card will go over top of my current card. And you have to watch out for the combat there. So my combat's actually going to go down by 1 when I upgrade to a ballistic battle mage. But I get +2 against magical and demon creatures. And once per turn I could draw a card of any type in my hand, then discard a card of that type. So it helps me kind of cycle through cards until I find stuff I like better. And I have a spell casting ability that I can use once per turn. So I like that too. Alright, so this is all still during turn 6. At the end of turn 6, I'm going to equip this Demon's Bane Sword. Now you'll notice it has 2 hands, so I'm going to take my mace off and put on my Demon's Bane Sword. Now the reason I can carry a 2-handed weapon when I only have 1 hand slot is because the gloves let me have an additional hand equipped, so I effectively have 2 hands available. Alright, so let's check out my class card. Once per turn I can draw a card of a type in my hand, then discard a card of that type. I do need to finish 1 quest during the course of this game, so I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to discard this mace in the reward pile to draw, or no, I'm going to draw another card. I draw a card, and then I discard a card of my type, so I'm going to discard that. So I found myself some shin guards. Still in my recovery phase, I can slap on those shin guards and give myself 1 more combat. But I forgot to do my Demon's Bane Sword, so I get 3 for the Demon's Bane Sword and 1 for that, so I'm actually going to go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this true Legend of Novus with his horse and his bear and his demon's bane sword and his chainmail armor. He's just raring to go. And dare we forget, he is a master of weapons, so he gains an additional +1, 18 combat bonus. No regular encounter has a chance against the mighty Kain, Knight of Exire, the Battle Mage. Okay, so we end turn 6. Moving on to turn 7, which is halfway to becoming a Legend of Novus. We've got to decide what we're going to do. We cannot explore again in the Demon Gate. It might still be too early, even though I have +18. I don't think I can defeat Asmakai just yet. I mean, he's got +23. Oh, that'll be a tough win. I might want to defeat Jubergon first. So I'm gonna travel 1, 2, 3. Or, you know what? I could risk it with the Potion of Strength and the Demon's Spade. You know what? Kain wants vengeance, and he wants vengeance now. He went to the Demon Gate. He found the sword. He destroyed the Mesmeric Imp. He is going to the Demonic Temple to slay Asmakai. But we don't slay Asmakai right away. We must travel to Asmakai using the travel die. So we travel. We have a free reward card. During our travel, we found something and picked it up, or destroyed something small and found some rewards from it. So we've got a pair of leather boots. So now I am at the Demonic Temple, but I cannot explore this turn because I traveled this turn. So during my recovery phase, I'm going to use this Ballistic Battle Mage ability, and I'm going to draw a card of a type in my hand. So I'm going to draw a reward card and then discard a reward card. So I have a longbow or leather boots. Longbow is worth more money, so I will discard the leather boots. I cannot equip the longbow, but still it's worth more if I get to a city and sell it. During my recovery phase, there's nothing I want to do, so I will move to my next turn. So now I'm on to turn 8. I just finished turn 7. On turn 8, I'm going to explore the Demonic Temple of Sick. So the Demonic Temple of Sick on the top left there, if you can see that, is illustrated by Boris Tyranno. And what happens there is the first time each player explores the Demonic Temple, each other player must discard a card at random, but Asmakai must be destroyed to explore here, other than exploring to defeat Asmakai. So I'm going to explore, defeat Asmakai, maybe. So now you're going to get to see a quest battle. So we'll bring Asmakai down here and see what's going to happen. First off, he's got his Mind Crusher ability. So I would have to roll a die and add my XP, and if the result was less than 23, I must discard all the cards in my hand, then make an escape roll and try to run away. He's putting the fear of the abyss into me, his demonic power. So before that takes place, I do have the option to use my spellcasting and ignore the effect of a creature ability. And that is exactly what I'm going to do, because when it comes to rolling dice, there's risk and luck involved, and this helps me take that away. So I'm going to ignore the effect of a creature ability, which means I cannot do any more spellcasting this turn, which is fine. So then we move on to deciding if I run away or not. I choose not to run away. Then we go into the combat roll. Now, it's a quest creature, so this is a best of 3 battle, pitting demon against Kain. Here, I'm just going to take a little screenshot to show this battle in motion. There we go. Alright, so first things first, there's many effects in the game that can give you bonuses against certain creature types. And if you look here, Asmakai is a demon, and when I'm fighting demons, I get +2. So instead of 18, I get, let's just bring a die over to represent my extra bonus. So I get +2 for being a battle mage. And over here we have a Demon's Bane sword, which gives me +4 against demons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I get +6 just against this demon. No bonus there. No bonus there. So we're good. And it's not a monstrosity. So when we go to roll, I'm going to have 18 plus 6. I'm going to have plus 24 against Asmokai's plus 23, which, doing quick math, just gives me a plus 1. That makes it a lot easier when we're rolling the dice. So I'm the red die, Asmokai is the green die, and I am only going to get one higher than whatever we roll. So we'll shake him up, give him a roll, and I've scored a nice 10 to Asmokai's 1. I took that Demon's Bane sword and I think I cleaved off a couple of horns. Picture Asmokai hornless now. Maybe his magical shards are falling to the ground, but it's not over yet. That's only a single round of combat. We must fight again. So, round 2, stats remain the same. Shake these up, give him a roll, and Asmokai has a 10 and I have a 9. Now I get a plus 1, or plus 24 to his plus 23, which is a 10 versus 10, and I win ties. So I have taken down Asmokai in 2 fell swoops. You know, remember how before I carved off his horns? Well, now I'm going to chop down the middle. Asmokai has been destroyed. So that is a pretty glorious victory for our dear friend Kain, without even using a piece of equipment. Just a spell. So I gained 6 experience points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I also gain 25 gold. It's really good when you defeat these guys. I mean, it's dangerous, but the perks are pretty strong. And in a multiplayer game, you only have to defeat one of them. But in a single player game, you need to gain these extra cards to be able to progress through the game quickly. So I gained 4 reward cards. So we're going to take 1, and your maximum hand size is 5 at the end of any turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I put up my turn tracker last time, so I'm going to put that up. Okay. So we're at 5. We've absolutely destroyed Asmokai. We're going to keep his token, and his card will just go away. So his token indicates that we have now defeated 1 quest creature, and we got our reward card. So now during the recovery phase, I'm not in a city, so I can't sell, but I could redeem treasures if I wanted to at the beginning of any phase of my turn. So I'm going to redeem this for 25 gold. So take another set of coin there. Why am I getting gold? What is that going to do? You'll see soon. I'm going to equip this heavy helmet, maybe. Doesn't say I cannot. This doesn't say I cannot, so we're going to equip a heavy helmet. That's going to give me 2 more combat. Man, am I decked out. You'll notice that helmet is my helmet. Very fitting. Don't forget, I did shuffle at the beginning of the game. This just happens to be Kain's day. Okay, he's got a battle axe, he's got some armor, and he's got 5 more gold. So he's got 5 cards. That's fine. We'll redeem the other 5 just because we can. And that will bring us to the end of the turn. Now I could redeem some money, or I can save my coins to purchase cards. I think I'm in a good spot for experience. I think I'm in a good spot for rewards, so I'm going to save that money for the beginning of next turn. So we will end turn 9, because I think I'm on track for turns there. Start turn 10, and I'm going to spend 25 at the beginning of the turn. You'll see here I can purchase an adventure card or a reward card for 25 at the beginning of any turn. I'm going to purchase an adventure card. We found a quest for death. That's another way to get experience, and I have to defeat at least one of these quest cards in the game, so having options helps. Okay, so what do I want to do now? Well, no matter what, I have to leave. I just have to decide where I want to go. I think taking down Juragan is a good option, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and travel to the jungles of Vokan, where I hear Juragan is really giving this place a shake and is threatening the city of Asa. So I'm going to roll my travel die. Rah. we have a reward card. So safe travels, get a free card. Nothing wrong with that. Ooh, I found a potion. And I can't battle Juragon, so I'll go to my recovery phase. And I still have one empty slot, which means I can strap on this potion. My slots are full, but if you look at my warhorse, I can actually get 3 more, so no worries there. So I made it there, and it's not a city, so I cannot sell anything. So I'm just gonna end my turn. So turn 10 is over. And now on my next turn, I'm going to explore to battle Juragon. Alright, Juragon, the jungle worm, come down hither. So Juragon will start off his turn by trying to swallow me. I would roll a d10 and add my XP, and if the result was less than 15, it would swallow me. Now, given that my XP is 16, the only way I could lose this roll is with an epic fail, which is a 10% chance on a d10. I'm going to take that risk. We rolled a 3, so we're safe. So I do not get swallowed. So we just go to regular combat. Juragon gets a plus 12. I'm so much more powerful now. Oh, I forgot. I should be getting, because of my 18, I actually have 2 more combat. I'm plus 22 combat right now. This guy is decked out. Once you get this full, you are a true Legend of Novus. So Juragon gets plus 12 to their die. I get plus 22 to my die. So the only way Juragon can beat me is if I roll a 1. So we'll roll our 2 dice. Green is Juragon, red is Kain. First round of battle. Juragon has 9 plus 12 is 21, so I've defeated him. Second round of combat. I have defeated Juragon. So I'm showing you that quest creatures are defeatable, especially when you escalate like I have. So Juragon gets defeated. I immediately gain 3 XP. 1, 2, 3. Keep in mind your max XP is 30. You can never get higher than 30. Gain 3 XP, bringing me up to 19. Alright, and I get 2 reward cards. So we'll add that to my hand here. So I'm going to be past my max now. Alright, and then we go to the end of the turn. At the end of the turn, I'm going to strap on another item. I'm allowed to have 3 extras, so we can put this potion over here. I've got every potion you could have. And we're going to get rid of this lowly wooden club. We don't need that club. I've got to discard down to 5 cards. Okay, that's the end of turn 11. We're on to turn 12. Running out of time. So I'm going to race over to the other side of the world to try to get to the abandoned wastelands and get that adventure card, and then try to find another quest creature. So we are going to travel 1, 2, 3 to the flooded plains. If I roll extra travel, I can't go there anyway because the flooded plains is a special location with a travel restriction. And we roll a reward, so we get another one of these. Alright. And I'm not in a city, I am just in kind of a floodland area, so I must discard a card. I'll discard these leather braces. Ooh, I could actually equip these. So I'm going to equip these leather braces, so if you read these, they give me an additional hand as well. So I've got leather braces and gloves of protection. So I'm going to gain 1 more combat and put my Demon's Bane sword on top of this. Alright. And so now I'm down to 5 cards, so I'm safe. And I've traveled. At the end of my turn, I don't want to buy any experience, so I will end the turn. Turn 12 is over. At the beginning of my next turn, I'm going to spend 25 to get an adventure card, because I'm hoping to find a traveling card. I did not, but I can, during my turn, put on an event or the skill. So whenever I draw an adventure card in a future turn, I get to draw 2 cards and pick one. I'm a master of fates and a master of weapons. Okay, So this turn I'm going to travel 1, 2, 3, and I roll the travel die, hoping for the travel icon. Did not getting it. I've got what's my spell? Nope, I can't gain extra travel. That's too bad. So I get to fight and encounter a zombie horde. Now at this point in the game, I'm so powerful that a zombie horde I could just wade through. I'm decked out in my armor with my demon sword and my gloves, my potions. I've got a bear at my side and a horse. But we still have to fight it, because if I roll a 1, I could lose. So the zombie horde rolls. I roll. Zombie horde is defeated. I gain an experience and a reward and 5 gold. Let's take it. So we take 5 coins, not 15, just 5, and an experience point. I'm at 21. When I get to 21, I have 1 more combat. So we're going to reassess our combat just to make sure we're being fair here. So we have 1, 2, plus 5 is 7. So let's just put that there, 7. And then 8, 9 for the bear, 10, 11 for the helmet, 13, 14 for the gloves, 14, 15 for the chainmail, another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the sword plus the bracers. The horse gives me nothing, the shin guards gives me 1, so 21 attack. Wonderful. Alright, we got there safely. I cannot move any further. So unfortunately that's the end of turn 13. I might not become a Legend of Novus. So we're going to travel up 1. Roll the travel die. What do we roll? We roll in an encounter, so we must battle a feral wolf. I've got a weapon equipped. I'm going to hack this thing to pieces. We're going to roll. So it's 8 versus my 7. It gets plus 3. I get plus 23 or 21. So the feral wolf is defeated. I gain 1 more experience and a reward card. Dun, dun, dun. Found an enchanted helmet, which is better than a regular helmet. So I will swap out helmets during my recovery phase. And I'm allowed to play an adventure card during my recovery phase. And I just happen to have this. It may only be played in the abandoned wastelands. If you can see there, I'm in the abandoned wastelands. So I will play this card, and what it says is I must fight an undead horde with 8 combat and no abilities. So basically just gonna roll these 2 dice, and it gets plus 8 and I get plus 21. So that's a win for me. A simple enough quest, not simple when you're weak, but simple now. So I'll acquire that quest card, and it also says I gain 3 experience. 1, 2, 3. All right. That's the end of turn 14. Wait, I'm still at the end of turn 14. Potion, blessed water. Nope, I've got no way to travel. So the end of turn 14, that's fine. So we start the last turn in which I could become a Legend of Novus. And you can see I'm really close. I've defeated 2 quest creatures and defeated 1 adventure card, which means in order to become a Legend of Novus, I would have 1 more quest creature defeated by this point in the game. And if I had some form of travel, or I'd chosen a class that gave me extra travel beyond what I have now, I might have been able to make it somewhere. But this turn, all I can do is get to one of these and not defeat it yet. So we are going to travel to the lair of Sistos. Well, let's take a look at Kismatic. What would Kismatic do? Kismatic is way over here. Kismatic would do an anti-magic blast. Not so bad. And Sistos would... You know what? I'm going to play the role of the virtuous Kain, the battle mage. He's destroying demons and undead. I think I get a bonus against undead anyway. Magical and demon. Oh, maybe not. That guy's an animal, and that guy's undead. We're going to make it interesting and fight the Lich, who rules the world, or wants to rule the world, trapped in Chasmatic's Keep, which is also a 5e adventure that's available to game purchasers. Actually, that looks like a good screenshot too. Apologize, I love screenshots. There we go. So I travel there. I roll my travel die. Here it is. I should make one more clause that if you roll, you can explore with the travel results, but either way. There's the encounter. We found another feral wolf. I rolled my first one, which means a feral wolf, even though my value is higher, I've rolled my first tragic fail. When you roll a tragic fail, you automatically lose whatever you were rolling for. The only way to avoid that is to use your one and only luck token for the game. I'm going to save that luck token for Schismatic, and I'm going to suffer the loss to the feral wolf. So I'm actually going to lose an experience point. But that's all. It's not a very dangerous animal. So somehow it scratched my bear, scared it, it kicked my horse, and then it managed to get a bite through and gnawed at my ankle before I scared it off, because I didn't actually kill it. Okay, back to the end of my turn. Nothing I can do to face, so turn 15 comes to an end, and I'm not Legend of Novus. But that's okay. We will now fight Schismatic. So I'm going to bring this token over because I'm pretty sure we're going to win this. And then we're going to show you how potions and such work, because this game is going to go in my favor. So first of all, it's doing an anti-magic blast. Add my XP and roll the die. And if the result was less than 25, I'd lose all the combat value of magical rewards. I've got a lot of magical rewards, so I don't want to suffer that. So I'm just going to spellcast and ignore that creature ability. So thank you, Ballistic Battle Mage. Undead allies don't add their combat. I don't have any. The only one that would be the Nefarious Necromancer, and kind of designed that the Lich is stronger than the Necromancer. And then it gets plus 17 to the rolls, and I have plus 21. But we're going to use this holy water and sploosh it. I could have used it after my roll, but I want to have the effect now. So I'm going to gain plus 5 this turn. So we'll use this die to indicate the extras again. Plus 5. And we don't have anything that gets a bonus against undead. But we're going to use this potion of strength as well. Chug, chug, chug. And gain another plus 5. So now we have plus 10 against this. And we can use the potion of invisibility. We got all 3 of them, why not? So we're going to be at plus 13. You want to be a legend? We'll be a legend. Or I could have escaped a battle without rolling, but Kain doesn't run away from nobody. So we stack up all these magical things. Now we have plus 13, plus 21 is plus 34 against Schismatic's meager plus 17. It's very rare you'd ever have 3 potions. We just happen to get really lucky. So Schismatic and me. Schismatic rolls a 10. I roll a 3. I'm still a winner. Schismatic rolls a 6. I roll a 3. I'm the winner. So Kain has absolutely demolished. So these would normally go to the discard pile, but I'm going to actually put them back here for one last photo op. And Kain is defeated. Not Kain. Kain was not defeated at all this game. But Schismatic was defeated. So there we go. So that's been a full playthrough of the solo game of Legends of Novus. Now, it says 15 here, but that was my 16th turn, which, if I show you in the rulebook here, we'll flip over to the 19th page. No, flip over to the 18th page, the 17th page, the 16th page, the team game rules, solo game rules. So you can see here, if I won within 15 turns, I'd be a legend. Now I'm just a hero of Novus. I would have had to defeat 3 quest creatures and completed 1 quest event within those turns. So I'm still victorious. A mighty hero of Novus, Kain, was 1 turn away from being a legend. But that last battle was pretty legendary, I think. So let's take a screenshot there, and game over. For those of you that backed the game, hopefully you enjoyed watching this playthrough using cards, all original art from Andrea, and some other contributing artists. We didn't get to see the alluring demon, or although the assassin and the wolf was from Nicola Merkea. Every other piece of art you see here, including the character board and the icons, was all designed by Andrea. Just a fantastic job on the graphic design of the cards and all the artwork as well. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to getting this game into players' hands in early 2020 when Novus hits true tabletops, other than the print and plays, which is available now for backers of the game.